sanctions and war crimes. So I'd like to welcome Fahim today. Thank you, Fahim.
Thank you very much. Adil Khudai Baghairati Nama. Thank you, everybody. Thanks all the organizers and supporters who want Julian Assange to be free. The people in Afghanistan, we owe him because he exposed the truth about the genocide of my people. He exposed the truth about the evil project of Pentagon, Bush and Blair. He exposed the truth about the Pakistan's evil army and ISI. He exposed the truth about the evil apartheid and fascist Taliban and Al-Qaeda. This evil war killed nearly 1.5 million people, not 15,000. 1.5 million people in Afghanistan. And this evil war made 5 million Afghans, Pakhtuns, addicts to heroin, opium, because the opium trade was in the hands of Pentagon and CIA and American and NATO arm manufacturers. On the streets of London, Washington, Berlin, Australia and NATO, most of the addicts, they use heroin. That heroin is being transported by these evildoers, Bush and Blair, from Afghanistan, through Taliban, through ISI, through Pakistan's evil army. They don't let us live there, they don't let us live here. Not only Julian Assange told the truth, but also he was brave enough to hold on to the truth. And he carried on this beacon. We love him dearly. We want his freedom. He has done nothing wrong. The wrongdoers are Bush, Blair, and their arm manufacturers and Pentagon's acolytes who committed genocides in Afghanistan, in Iraq, and Libya. To do this, not only we want the freedom for Julian Assange, but we want his truth to be substantiated into justice. His truth to be substantiated into justice. What is that? Every drop of blood that is being spilled by Bush and Blair and Johnson and Merkel and Trump and Obama and Biden and their criminal acolytes and friends, they must be brought to justice. And we are doing this. We are bringing all the cases of our victimized people to The Hague, to ICC, International Criminal Court. These are some pictures of the crimes committed by these evildoers in my country. Children being bombed, victim of suicide bombs, and they're all being exposed by brave Julian Assange. Most of the evil doings of DPG, Defense Policy Guidance, of Pentagon and CIA and British
Intelligence.
governments exposed in Afghanistan. So we want the truth to be substantiated into justice. And we want this to happen in the ICC, International Criminal Court. We would not allow it. We would not allow these criminals to run free and lecture us on human rights, lecture us on democracy. How dare Tony Blair, Bush, Obama, Trump and Biden, they lecture us on human rights and democracy. They should be behind bars. They
Yes.
should be tried
Yes.
at The Hague.
Yes!
Why? They have killed my kids. They have committed genocide in Afghanistan, in Iraq, in Syria, in Yemen, and the rest of the world. And they push the same people, these criminals, they were asking Europe to pay more for NATO. And they were saying, no, they are not paying. They were forcing them, they were saying no. What they did, they encroached into Russia and they ignited the evil into Putin and he invaded Ukraine. Now all Europeans are saying, yeah, these many billions for the war, these many billions for the war, these many billions for the arms. Now it goes into trillions. Do you know how much money they spent on killing my people in Afghanistan? $8 trillion. $8 trillion. It all went into our manufacturers' pockets, and Blair and Bush, they got their commissions. Where did Tony Blair get $150 or $160 million from? Where did he get it? All from these own our manufacturers' commissions. What happened with that $8 trillion? The $8 trillion were all spent by the governments of the United States of America. The American taxpayer were looted, and that taxpayer, many of Europe and NATO were looted, and they were poured into the coffers of our manufacturers. And they released all their weapons and killed my kids, my children. You see, these children are killed by a sonic bomb. Sonic bomb. These children, they have got no injuries. They were killed by sonic bomb, sound. The same bomb did not injure or kill any adults. They only killed these children. So, these children have every right to justice. And that could only happen if you all support the freedom for Julian Assange and his truth to be substantiated, my truth, our truth to be substantiated into justice for these kids. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes!
And I'm sure, yes, bring to justice war criminals. Bring to justice war criminals. And I say bring to justice, you all say war criminals. Bring to justice
War criminals!
Bring to justice
War criminals!
Bring to justice
War criminals!
Long live and free Julian Assange!
Long live and free Julian Assange! Free Julian Assange! Free Julian Assange! Free
Julian
Assange! Free Julian Assange! Free Julian Assange!
Thank you. That's a salute of Nelson Mandela. Thank you.
Thanks, Fahim. The 15,000 that I referred to was ones they covered up that Julian revealed, on top of the millions and millions. But the total figure was 1.5 million people and 5 million addicts. 2 or 3 million disabled and maimed.
And 800,000 American soldiers are suffering from PTSD. They're
Yeah.
also human beings.
Yeah.
They were lied.
Yeah. Well, Julian said in order to do wars, we must be lied into wars. If wars can be started by lies, then peace can begin with truth.
And substantiated into justice.
Yeah, we need justice. And we definitely need the freedom of Julian Assange. So what can we do about this? We can, when called to action, stand on the street. We can prevent that plane, that rendition plane, from coming to get Julian Assange. We can prevent it if we go to Parliament, if we write to our parliamentarians. And we must let the courts take notice of our opposition to the extradition of Julian Assange. Courts do listen to public opinion, and we need a groundswell of public opinion. We need people to learn the truth. Open up your ears to the truth. Close your ears to MSM reporting. Mainstream media is lying about everything. Absolutely everything. They don't tell any truth at all. And that was true in the Afghanistan war as well.
Not only they committed genocide of our kids, but this Pentagon, Bush and Blair, they created they committed genocide, but that genocide was not in an empty space. What they did, they first created after the invasion, before the invasion, they created this monster. This is a monster of fascist, religious apartheid Taliban. It is created by this guy called Zalmay Khalilzad. He is the designer of DPG, Defense Policy Guidance. And he created this in Pentagon between 90 to 92. And he created it with the help of Pakistan's army, ISI. And then they brought Bin Laden there and then invaded Afghanistan. So that government was collapsed. What they did after that? They created another monster. This corrupt evil. This is another dinosaur of, I call them Japap. Danpur au Pampar Japap Karzai. Karzai was the most corrupt, evil, even fascist, criminal government and a puppet government. And then he was also created by Pentagon and Zalmay Khalilzad. They together, they committed crimes, and their crimes created victims, and the victims were forced into the hands of and arms of ISI and Taliban. Then they removed him, and they brought another evil, which they called them Ashraf Ghani. He was painted as a second thinker, but he was the worst evil. I call him Danpur au Pampur Japap, means criminal, pharaoh and fascist, and the slave of Pentagon. And he was also created by Khalilzad and Obama. You can see the evil eye of Obama. They committed the same crimes, carried on the same crimes, and committed genocide. And then, 3 years ago, my analysis said, because Pentagon said they don't have any more money for small arms. and they're going to close this chapter. That is why Pentagon closed that chapter. They dismantled the Afghan National Army, and they kicked this Ashraf Ghani, Japap, Danpag, or Pampag, Japap, Ashrafak I call him. They kicked him into Emirates, and they made the Afghan people hostage and colonized to this evil project of Mullah Hibatullah. The fascist and apartheid regime of Taliban. They call themselves Islami Emirat. They are not Islami. They are fascist. They are apartheid. They are religious apartheid. And I call them Khardajali Emirat. I call it Pentagoni Emirat. And I call them Hiramandai Emirat. And I call them Japapi Emirat because Pentagon created them. Now what they do? They close the schools for girls. They kill anybody who talks against them. If you're in the West, what they do? They use your wife's name, because in Afghanistan, the name of the ladies are the most sacred thing. What they do? They take my wife's name, their social media, the government's spokespeople, they use my wife's name, my daughter's name, and they slander me, they abuse me on social media. They want to rape my wife. They want to publicly rape my children, to silence me. And I said, no, you are Khardajali Emirat. You cannot silence me. You are the evil because you abused Islam. You abused the faith of Muslims. And we have to bring you to justice. That's why I call them the Khardajal Bandagan, the Hiramandai Umatian, the Pentagon, or the ISI, or the Punjab, Sarkozy Muridan. They don't obey Allah. They don't obey Quran. They obey Pentagon. They obey Hiramandai. And they obey, instead of Quran, they obey Pentagon and ISI. Why? Because they committed suicides in our mosques. They committed suicides in our schools. And at the moment, they abuse every Muslim, everybody who speaks. They kill people. They lynch girls. And who brought them to power? Pentagon.
America.
Pentagon. American government. And the whole project started by Tony Blair and Bush. So who exposed the first evil, who told the truth to the world? Julian Assange. That's why I'm here. That's why I support his freedom. And I stand by his truth. I support what he has exposed, and to get this evil project stopped, we have to substantiate his truth into justice. We have to bring the evildoers, whether it is leaders of Pentagon, whether they are leaders of Westminster, Tony Blair, or Bush, or Obama, or Trump, or Joe Biden, Merkel, whoever is responsible for the killing of my people, including Danpag, Pampag, Japap, Ashrafak, Karzak, Hibatak, Khardajal Hibatak, Khardajal Mullah Umarak. We have to expose them, including ISI and Tuba Pakistan's evil army, who are responsible for the genocide of my people. We have to bring them to justice. Thank you all. Thank you very much.
Yo!
Thank you so much, Mahim. That was so interesting and really powerful. And the lesson to us is to stay informed, obviously. There's so many things that we don't know about, So many things that Julian Assange revealed to the world, and it's up to us, every one of us, to find out about the things, to appreciate the truths he gave to us, because now we're at a crucial stage in history where our freedom is being taken away from us, totally. We are all Assange now. We are not in prison, but we are imprisoned by the evil dictators of the world, the fascists, as Fahim refers to all of them, the warmongers, the people who want to make money out of killing us. Simple. That is the recipe, isn't it? They make money, they kill us. They love it. Stand up for our rights, stand up for your rights, stand up for your freedoms. Resist, resist, resist. And when they drag Julian Assange from the Ecuadorian embassy in an illegal assault on a sovereign territory of another country, he said, resist. UK, resist. Find out about the story of Julian Assange. Take a flyer. Please publicise this on social media. Let everybody know about the truth teller that they are trying to send to America to serve 175 years in prison for telling the truth. He did not commit any crimes. He told the truth. And they want to silence him and enslave us.
Very true. They want to silence us. I have a message for the families of war veterans of NATO and America and those war veterans. You were sent to commit crimes, but you were told a lie. The war was a lie. Your children were sent to commit genocide, but they were told a lie. Now, 800,000 American war veterans, they suffer from PTSD, and 500,000 NATO soldiers, they suffer from PTSD. There are so many Australian soldiers, they go into Afghanistan and they're asking pardon. They are so sorry. They travel to Afghanistan and they go to the family and asking for pardoning them.
Forgiveness.
Why? Because they were told lies. They went there and those families pardoned them, some of them didn't. Why? So these soldiers who were told lies, they're all victims. Those families are victims. So my message is to them. You children who are suffering from PTSD, who are being used by the evil powers, they also deserve life and deserve a humanity around them, not hospitals. And that's only possible if their conscience could be clear. Their conscience could be only clear if you all come together and make this cause a real cause and get the freedom of Julian Assange and put behind bars those criminals who committed genocide of my people and made your children, made your loved ones forced into a war and suffering from PTSD. That is the solution. So in case we fail to stop this evil of Boris Johnson sending him to America, American people should ignite a revolution of truth.
He's a betrayer.
Who? Come here, come here, come here, come here. Come here.
We like to keep them. That country, they want the world our secret.
Come here, come here. Look at these children.
Yeah,
Look at these children.
Not my children.
Look at these children. Come here.
He's deranged. Leave him alone. He's a mind.
Why they call him back? I mean, Jesus Christ. He goes, they're not my children, he goes.
These are... Yeah, no.
His children, man.
Listen,
No,
this is
he
only
goes, look at these
one.
children, he goes, yeah, they're not my children, I don't give a fuck.
He was like a part of the society.
What a fucking thing to say that,
I'm
mate.
sorry to say this. These are the great people, all supporters here. There's so many great people in this country. We had hundreds of thousands of people. Of course. These are people from my country and from Afghanistan. They are here to support the freedom of Julian Assange. Yes. Dera manana. Manana, thank you very much. We had... Yes. Exactly. Our manufacturers, yes, and investors, absolutely. We have to name them and shame them because they... Yes, very true. Palestine, Iraq, Syria, Libya, Somalia, Latin America, yes, Yemen, everywhere, Cuba, everywhere people are being killed by these arm manufacturers. It's us. We are the survivors. Who would have told you the story? These children they killed, they didn't tell their story. I survived and I tell you the story. And it must go on. And we have to bring them to justice. We will bring them to justice. It takes a while because we have started our cases at the ICC and hopefully we will name them and shame them and bring them to justice and try them and be punished. These criminals be punished. Thank you very much. Thank you everybody who stood here and supported the freedom of Julian Assange and substantiating his truth into justice. Justice for all victims of war. All victims of war. And the trial of all war criminals. Thank you everybody.
Whoa!
Thank you so much for here.
Thank you very much.